Good evening and welcome to TorontoTV Live. This is the season premiere. The date is Thursday, October 19th. I will be your host for this evening. My name is Stuart Browne and I'm with the lovely Catherine Lee. And
I am right here. Yes, I'm your other host right here. So welcome back after a long break.
And we have a very special guest with us this evening. Her name is Ivy Lam. She is the Ward 4 Councillor candidate of Markham.
Hi.
Hi.
Now, Ivy, can you please tell us just a little bit about yourself and what you're running for and exactly what you do?
My name's Ivy, and I'm running for, like you said, is Ward 4, Ward Councillor for the town
And
of Markham.
what does Ward 4 stand for?
Ward 4 is Markham is split into 8 wards,
Uh-huh.
and Ward 4 is a section of Markham. So each of the wards has one councillor, one ward councillor, and then the whole town of Markham has 8 regional councillors and 1 mayor.
And do you live in Ward 4?
No, I don't. But I've lived throughout Markham, and I've worked throughout Markham, and the way that I chose my ward was I chose the one that I felt that I could best relate to, and the best one that I could best represent. I have a lot of friends and family in Ward 4, and I found that that's the one I think I can help the most. I can put in the most into that ward.
So how many people do you know in Ward 4?
Oh, a significant amount. I've been going out. People in Ward 4 have been supporting me, and I've been going out and been meeting a lot of people. So it's I think there's a lot of new developments in Ward 4. A lot of young people, young families, and I can relate to those kind of people.
So so why not the ward that you actually live in?
Well, I think wards are just boundaries. In terms of the one I lived in, I haven't lived in that ward that long. I've lived in Ward 5. I've gone to work in Ward 6. I've been all over. My school was across town actually.
Mm-hmm.
So, but I spent a lot of time with family and friends in Ward 4. I spent a lot of time in Ward 4, actually doing activities in Ward 4. So I think in terms of knowing a ward, it would be Ward 4 that I know the best.
That would be good because you're very involved with Ward 4. You know the people there. You know what the place needs and what you can contribute
Right,
to it
exactly.
too.
So what made you decide to get involved with politics?
I'd say, I've lived in Markham for over 10 years now, and I feel that I have a lot of my own issues. Like, Markham's a great place to live. I've lived there for a long time. But personally, I have my own issues about Markham, some things that I don't like. And then I talk to people, there's some things that could be changed, right? So you need people that want to make a difference, who want to make a change, to come out and, work for the city. And I feel that what makes a person, the thing that you can do the most in your life is to give yourself to the community, is to work for the community. And that's what I want to do.
So what are these issues that you have with
Personally?
Markham?
Well, personally, just for me, what got me started was, first of all, transit. I find that paying 2 transit fares is pretty hefty because it's $2.10 to ride the York Region Transit, then $2.10 to ride the TTC.
That's true.
So it costs a lot. It adds up in a day. It's over $8, right?
And the problem these days with transit is that a lot of buses are coming in groups instead of coming every 10 minutes or so, and a lot of people are complaining about that.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Okay. What other issues do you have?
Well, actually, to continue with the transit also,
Yeah.
That's fine. Yeah,
Go ahead. It's a
That's
big
fine.
issue.
That's
Transit
fine.
is
That's
a
fine.
big issue, and I have problems with it a lot too. And just recently today, a friend of mine was on a bus today, and there was a lot of people piling up just to go for that bus, more than usual, and they were waiting for over 20 minutes long. And then finally the bus came here, and then the bus just went on its way on each stop. and then 2 people want to get on, but there wasn't enough room. We could have moved over and let the other person go on, but the bus driver just said, "Get out of the bus." He said, "Get out of the bus." Just a few hours ago too.
That's horrible.
That is.
Sorry, go ahead.
Yes, let's go on, please.
That's a good story. No, for personally, mine is not as dramatic, but during peak hours, my bus came every 15 minutes, and during off-peak hours, it came every half hour. So you miss it, then you're late. And after a certain hour, it comes every hour. So by the time you get home, it's really late, right?
That's true.
And for my area, the bus stopped around 11. So if I want to go out later, I can't, because then after that, I can't get home. So
But would they argue that if you want more frequent buses or better routes, then they'll have to demand more money?
yes, that is true. But the part of my platform for this election is to start a Markham credit card. And from the Markham credit card, as I don't know if people know about credit cards, but when you use your credit card, the merchant has to pay a percentage to the financial institution. So what would happen is we would have an agreement with the financial institution to give back a part to the city. So it would be a two-way street, because the financial institution would get more business and the city of Markham would get income. So in this way we can generate income to support these different services.
So that's to avoid having the commuters pay the income, I guess?
Well,
Or like less of it?
because as you said, when you want to increase a service, you need money. So if we want to improve the service, we need some source of income.
Instead of raising the
Income taxes.
the income taxes or raising the fare on transit.
Right. Which
Yeah.
is already substantial.
Okay.
Seems like every year they're raising 10 cents here, 10 cents there.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Okay, so other issues.
Library on Sundays. It's only open from 1 to 5. So
On Sundays.
1 to
Okay.
5.
and on Fridays and Saturdays they close at 5. So I find this kind of frustrating, because then it's hard to get to the library.
Especially with young people, because I remember all the way back in high school, I'd always go to the library, look up books or something to do on the weekend on a Saturday night. Don't I sound like a loser?
Yeah, I'm sure you're going to the library, of all people.
I do. I used
Yeah.
to be a big
Yeah.
bookworm. Well, sci-fi fantasy novels, or sometimes I just go
Who's your
into the
author?
R.A. Salvatore. So whoever
Oh.
wants to read some, and he has a couple of RPG games out there too. So Icewind Dale, But I do go there once in a while to look at some books for projects, whatever, for recreational activities, and it's closed. I mean, on Sundays I go before 1 o'clock, and for some reason, whenever I go, it's always closed, all the time.
Yeah,
It's just really inconvenient for those who just want to learn.
Yeah, it doesn't make sense, because like it's open while everyone's at work or in school, but on weekends when people have free time, it's closed.
Right.
Doesn't make any sense.
Exactly.
Okay, that's a good issue.
Mhm.
And any other ones, or let's just.
These are some interesting things here.
I want to hear what's wrong with that Ward 4 area.
Or just anything else that you might like to change about Ward 4.
Traffic's a big issue
Yeah,
that's keep coming up.
Oh,
I
yeah.
was
I'm sure
waiting
you
for
know.
you to say that one.
I don't know if you sit in traffic, like
Oh,
you're stuck
God.
there for a short distance for over an hour and it just doesn't move.
I've worked it
really
out. I
frustrating.
spend 12 days a year in my car in traffic, either driving to work
Mm.
or away from work. And I work in Markham.
You have a lot of time.
It's brutal.
You're figuring it out while you're driving, right?
Yeah, exactly. That
Or
was. I was
especially-
calculating it while I was driving.
Or especially the highways where they always have construction, they always have something going
Right.
on.
Yeah.
Something is always closed. So
I hate that.
that's something that's really got on my nerves when I
But
was
what's
in
it
the
like? How do you solve that issue?
Well, there's no simple solution, traffic's, you need long-term planning, you need expert advisors,
urban planning.
yep, and you need, you have to look at the budget to see what can be done, but definitely I would want to push public transit to try to make it improve it, like we talked about earlier, because you widen the roads, encourages people to drive, and you're just gonna have more traffic. So we need a sustainable solution, which will encompass public transit. We definitely need that in place.
Okay, so you're not interested in widening roads?
No, okay. There are places where roads definitely need to be widened, right? There's no question about it. But is it a sustainable solution? You would need very, very wide roads in order to accommodate all the traffic, and there's a lot of new developments going up in Markham. So I think, yes, a short-term solution, widening the roads is necessary, but in terms of long-term, we definitely need that public transportation in place for that population that will come in, so that we can, for the long term, we won't have those problems continuously.
So how does it work if you, let's say you're elected and you want to do something about the public transportation system? You're only responsible for Ward 4, but I'm sure that transportation involves all the other wards. So how do you synthesize?
Well, it's
all
hard
of
to
that?
just, if it comes to transit, it's hard to just concentrate on one small area, such as Ward 4.
No, that's why
I
I'm
agree with
asking.
you.
Yeah.
No, actually, in terms of transportation, it's actually a regional issue. So they have their board in Newmarket, which oversees the transportation issue. But there's always ways where we can push it. You go to council and you push these ideas. So you need people out there that will speak to the citizens, we collect information, and then we go to council, and we have to be able to present these ideas and to go forward with them. And also giving out ideas. We can't always have the same ideas, because if you keep doing what you've been doing, you're always going to get what you've been getting.
That's why you always have to innovate new ideas.
Right, exactly.
to help the transportation system. And especially traffic, it's really long term because it's always been a problem.
Right.
Yeah.
So is this like this solution that you're talking about? Is this something that the other candidates are not looking to do, or
everybody's very concerned about traffic in terms of platforms, and everybody's aware of it, because everybody who lives in Markham knows that when you sit in traffic, when you sit for 12 days a year, you kind of notice, right?
Yeah.
So, but in terms of how do you differentiate yourself from other people, is from creating these ideas, being innovative, being different. Like what are their solutions for this? Do they have any? Do they have any ideas?
Actually, have they addressed it?
I'm sure there's also some direct and indirect things how you could affect traffic. First thing is there's all sorts of things you could do: planning, built-in roads, or also analyze how many people in that area work and transport. You drive a car to go to work, and where do they go? So that could be inputted in how the roads are built. If all the people from Ward 4, a majority of them were to travel to Toronto to work, then probably that road will be more attention will be paid towards that road. Or if new cars are going to be invented to accommodate more people, just new ways, not the old ones, as you said.
But I'm just wondering, how do you differentiate yourself from other candidates?
I mean, we try to come up with solutions. Our platforms, everything you say in the platforms are things that can be done. Like making a credit card, it can be done. We can do it. And is it a lot of cost to the residents? It's not, because the financial institution will take care of that part.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
And
so
are you the only female running, or are you?
No, in this election there's actually I think about eight women running, but not all in Ward 4.
And how many men? I just want to. How many people in total?
Depends on the ward. There's a lot of people running this year.
So are there other candidates that you are thinking that you're scared people might vote for because they're going to do something bad, or why should we not vote for?
Oh.
I want some dirt on other candidates.
We don't do that. No dirt.
Okay.
Everybody's a good, everybody has
good
their good
intentions.
strengths and their weaknesses. So.
Are there other key issues so this is your main issue is the transportation one.
I think that's on the top of many people's list: transportation, safety, property taxes, environment. Environment's getting very big now.
Mm-hmm.
Crime in some wards, which is more prevalent in some wards than others. Yeah, for sure.
Is that part of one of your issues as well, crime, or?
Mine is, I'm concerned about safety. I want to develop more unity within the neighborhoods. I like
neighborhood watch.
Exactly,
like that?
develop some neighborhood watches, because I know one area where all the neighbors know each other. They go knock when somebody moves in. They go knock on their door, and they introduce themselves, and they meet the neighbors. And you would think, why does this help? Well, first of all, you know your neighbors. You know who lives there and who doesn't. And another thing is you prevent the weed houses, right? You know who lives there. So you have
you
a
feel
sense
safer in
exactly.
that little neighborhood.
Okay, so you want to promote neighborhood watch.
Neighborhood watches and more unity, because you're not gonna trash a place you feel is your home.
But how do you promote that? How do you promote more unity and neighborhood watch?
Well, you can. I know one ward in Markham. Well, not one ward. It's like a neighborhood in Markham. What they do is every year they host a barbecue, and they invite everybody from that in that neighborhood to come and participate. And you get to meet everybody, and you feel like you belong in that community. So when you see them on the street next time, you'll say hi.
Because there's some people in neighborhoods that don't even know their neighbor.
Exactly.
They don't even say hi to their neighbor or anything like that. And they just go on with their business.
And maybe they don't know how to go about. They might be shy. They don't know how to go about to meet their neighbors, right? And this could give to people who want to get more involved in their neighborhood. Like, that's just one idea. There's more ideas out there. Like, we just have to bring them out.
Do you think there should be more police in Ward 4?
Policing is always an issue.
I don't know about police, because there are, from the people's side of view, a lot of police are good, but then there's those certain ones that are not so good. Some of them who exercise their power, or they just a couple of just exercise their power towards certain drivers, or being unfair that way and not reporting any trouble, or if they stop somebody, and this stuff does happen, if they stop somebody and they could practically do anything to them, write them a ticket, but if they find cash with them, sometimes they would take it and then just be on their way and just make some extra money that way. So police, it's really debatable, because there's some that are good. I'm sorry, some that are good, some that are not good. So you can't really, if you put so much authority and trust into a police person, then you should, be more careful.
But is there, sorry, go ahead.
I think it's minority that are bad. I think most police officers, their interest is to promote public safety. But in terms of police, of course you can always do with more police. You can't not do without the police force, right? So it's just a matter of budget. Do you have something that can sustain increasing the force?
Has there been a lot of crime in Ward
4? No, most residents tell me they feel pretty safe there. Mostly, I hear more about traffic, garbage. I hear about
so
garbage.
Those are the main issues. Garbage. What's wrong with the garbage?
There's
recycling?
No, I think there's some issues about garbage pickup, because recycling and stuff. Some of the garbage pickup comes every 2 weeks. So then there's some issues there that need to be looked at.
So how old are you? If you don't mind me asking.
Hey.
No,
Leave the girl alone with her age.
You seem very young.
She's under 30, right?
You look very young, but very
See?
professional
She's under 30.
and mature. And I'm just interested how...
A young adult, that's what she is.
Yeah, it's all right. But no, I'm interested, because I don't know many people my age who are younger who are involved with politics.
Or how about this? How young of an age did you decide to get involved in this sort of thing, or first started getting involved yourself with your community?
I've always been interested in politics and stuff. It's kind of runs in my family. My dad and my uncle, they go about it like every family meeting, they just have big discussions. So it's really, you know, from when I was young, I've always been interested in it. In terms of age, I don't think that age reflects a person's ability and what they can do and their passion. I think young people should get more involved in their communities.
Absolutely.
And, you know, you're saying that you don't know a lot of young people getting involved, but that's exactly the thing that we want to promote, is to get more young people to get involved in politics and in their community. You know, I mean, a lot of people started young too. One of the candidates for mayor, he started when he was 25, and Pickering, one of the ward councillors, started right out of high school. And there's another young one in downtown Toronto, and it doesn't mean they can't do the job, you know?
No, I never said that. I don't know, I'm impressed that...
I actually know somebody who's in Waterloo who's really into this stuff, and he's trying to run for a position in the committee or run for mayor someday too. So he's really enthusiastic. Yeah.
Okay, so can you tell us a little bit more about your background, like what your interests are outside politics?
I mean, with politics, you hear a lot of candidates talk about what they're going to improve, what kind of things they're interested in, and what they're running for and things like that, but you don't really know them, you know, what they do in their spare time, what their hobbies are.
That's fair.
So that's really how you get to know a person, to judge if they are genuinely good people. So what are your hobbies, or what do you do in your spare time, or things that you just like to do in general, or sports or anything like that?
I like to travel. If I can, you know, find a bit of money and have some time, I go travel, and I think that helps too, because I see different cities and different systems, and you know, there's some good ideas from different cities that can be put into Markham. You know, so if we get different ideas, we can find different ways to go about solving problems. I like to snowboard. So I went to Whistler last Christmas.
Nice.
To snowboarding.
I heard
That's cool.
that place is nice.
Yeah, it's very nice. But it was raining the day I got there.
Oh no.
But it was still really
It's
cool.
typical Vancouver weather in winter time.
Apparently people are really depressed there.
Yeah, seasonal affective disorder. Sad. No, I lived in Vancouver, that's what they call it. Because there's like no sunlight for like 5 months in the summertime. And it is depressing.
Yeah.
Drizzle.
I've never seen Vancouver like that on television. I've only seen it all sunny and nice.
Do you see things that are you involved with other cities and areas? You said that you get inspired by other places that you travel to.
Yeah.
Things that they're doing right that you want to bring back to your region.
Or just ideas. I don't know if it's right or wrong, but you know, it could be ideas that could work. Maybe it could help. Like in Hong Kong, they have like the octopus card, and it measures, like, the fare you pay depends on the distance you travel. So like, oh, maybe you can think about it, like, oh, would this work here? So it's like you have to look at them and say, is it workable?
The taxis?
No, the transit.
Oh,
you know,
transit, yeah.
I don't know. Have you been there? The Bagatong.
No, I haven't been there, but
Okay.
that's good to know.
And you
When
can
I
even
get
use
there.
the card at the convenience stores. Like you put money on.
Oh, so
a
that's
card.
is that where you got the idea for the card?
For the credit card?
Yeah, the credit card thing. that
Oh
we're talking
no.
about.
No.
Completely different.
Yeah.
Way off.
No, not way off. This is not
Yeah.
from there.
Okay. Okay, so do you have a lot of spare time? Like, it seems like you're really busy now.
Yeah.
Do you do...
Or
do you have a lot of personal time to do
Or
things?
have pets.
Personal time, not
Pets are
no.
good.
Not
No.
too much personal time.
No personal time, but I love doing this. I love meeting different people, going out and talking to people. This is what I want to do, you know. This is really what I enjoy. I really enjoy doing this. I find that this is, you know, for me, from this experience, I've gained a lot of knowledge. I've met a lot of people. I feel like I've grown as a person, and I've gained a lot of self-confidence from doing this, so.
So you had to go... I heard you talking to someone. You said you had to visit a lot, like go door to door often, I guess, promote yourself.
Right.
Is that... challenging?
Yeah.
What kind of
If-
responses do you get doing that?
If they don't know you, would they be rude to you? You know, because door to door, a lot of people would think, oh no, you're trying to sell something.
Yeah,
or,
yeah.
What are you trying to do? I don't know you.
Exactly.
So would you get some sort of reactions like that?
Yeah, mixed reactions. Most people are pretty. They very supportive of young people, fresh blood coming in with new ideas to come out and run. Some people, like you said, they don't really know what's going on. I went to this one house. I knocked on the door. They ran to the door. They locked it and they ran away. But they didn't even answer it. Right? They don't even know what's. They just don't want to be bothered.
Yeah.
So you get both. Like you get all. Different kinds of people.
They're worried that you're just gonna walk in.
I don't know.
Hey, there are times. Just a lot of crime, which is probably what got people so self-conscious that how their parents always say, do not open your door if you don't know who the person is.
Right.
So anything could happen. I mean, there have been crimes where they could lure somebody out or get you to open the door and then someone else would just come in and,
So they probably thought that's what Ivy was going to do.
Who knows?
They felt safe enough to keep it unlocked. I don't know.
So what, did you get any other interesting responses?
And I think that was the most interesting. Most of them are very positive, so it's been very encouraging.
Is it challenging being a woman getting involved with politics?
I think in terms of presence, maybe I'm not as tall, not as big.
But
you
you
could
don't
be
feel any
intimidating.
you don't feel any old boys club mentality or feeling.
You encounter that sometimes, but it's okay. You express what you have to say. You try to show them the best you can that you're capable to do the job. Doesn't mean you're gonna convince everybody, obviously, but I'm just gonna go out there and do my best, and hopefully I can convince as many people as possible.
So how many other women are running in Markham?
8, right?
Yeah, I answered
you
that.
said 8?
And then
Okay,
there are a lot of men who are running.
A lot of mostly men.
So
Mostly men.
Yeah.
congratulations to all those 8, including yourself.
Thank you.
So
Girl power.
Do you find the men are very supportive? The other candidates and the other...
I don't find them unsupportive. I think maybe there's not as many women, but I think we're getting to the day and age where there is a sense of equality. Nobody's gonna put you down for running. I haven't felt any bad feedback for being a woman, and in fact, I found that a lot of people support that. Young people, women come out and vote. Come out and run.
Oh yeah, and that's good and that's great, and that should happen everywhere.
Okay, so let's
Everywhere.
say there's a girl watching us right now who's thinking, I want to be the next Ivy Lam.
Oh.
How did I get there?
Okay, let's just say she's 19. She knows absolutely nothing about politics, but she has a few issues like you did at one point, and she wants to get involved. So what does she need to do what does she need to do?
Or any advice that you would give anybody?
How you get involved? First, you should know what you're getting into. It's a big commitment. It's a lot of work. Have a good team of people to help you. It's a big job.
Mm-hmm.
Each ward is huge.
How would she go about figuring out what it takes to do the job, or what the environment's like? What does she have to do, and that sort of thing? Is there any
It's just like when you go for any other job, you go and talk to people who have been in that place.
You do research.
Exactly.
You watch the news, especially when it comes to politics.
Yeah.
Do you find it's a closed community? Like if someone wanted to get involved, they'd really have to know somebody to get in, or is it opening up more? What's your sense?
It's not hard at all. It's just basically it's not hard if you want to run. Anybody can run, but what you have to emphasize is what does it take to do it? Like anybody can sign that paper. For a ward councillor, it's $100. You put in your $100. You're a candidate. But you need to have that passion, the vision. You really want to have
The
the
attitude.
right, and you want to help people, you know. At the end of the day, if you don't have that kind of attitude, then it's, you know, you if you can't convince people that you have that kind of passion, then you're not going to get very far.
What do you do to convince people of that?
Well, you just be honest about what you want and what your passion is and what you want to work towards.
Exactly.
No, but I mean, like, just more like technically speaking, like you have to visit people, go door to door.
Yes.
Do you go by yourself, or do you have like a team of people?
I have a team of volunteers that help me. That, you know, they believe in what I'm doing. They support me.
How did you put together your team?
You know, you go and you talk to them. Honestly, there's no magical formula. You know, they have to believe in you to do something for you.
So are the people who are on your team already know you? They've known you for a while. They know that you're getting into politics. Were there many people that you just kind of met through your community service and just said, "I want you to be on my team"?
No, some of them I've known for a long time, and some of them I've known more recently, and they believe in that I have the ability to perform this function, to be a ward councillor.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that when they meet me, I'm very sincere about what I want to do. I sincerely want to help the community, and because I'm sincere, I think it shows through through what I say and what I do.
Okay, so let's say you become the councillor of Ward 4. What is a day in the life of Ivy Lam as the councillor? Like, what do you do on a day-to-day basis? I have to admit, I don't know anything about this field, and it's interesting. But I'm assuming there's a lot of people out there, especially young adults, who perhaps would like to get involved. So, what actually do you do?
Or females who wants to get involved
females.
I think the most important of your part of your day is to talk to the people and get a feel for what they need and what they want changed, or what they want to remain the same. You have to go to a lot of meetings with different people, maybe business corporations, developers, whatever the case may be. There's also town meetings that you have to go to. You have to vote for things. They put bills on the table, and you vote for things. Such as we wanted to roll back the councillor salaries by 20%, and we have to build this at the council. So even if we want it, it can't go through until the council has voted on it, and it's either yes or no, depending on the number of people who vote on it. So then there's a lot of research to be done. You know, when an issue comes up, you have to go and do all the background work on it. You know, how do you come to the best solution? You don't flip a coin. There's a lot of people you have to talk to. There's a lot of things to be seen, to be done. So it's a demanding position.
A lot of different things.
Yeah.
How's the salary?
Salary, well, it's not, Markham's councillors don't make the most compared to other GTA councillors, but the salary is determined by council, a citizens council, who looks at what the councillor does, and they look at they compare it to other salaries of other councillors in other cities, and then they judge on what's fair compensation for that position.
What are your long-term goals, like 10 years down the road?
That's a fair question.
Where do you see yourself in 5-10 years?
Expand into other regions or positions?
I definitely still want to be continuing to work for the community, whether or not I'm elected this time. I still see myself working for the community. You know, for me, I find that that's the most rewarding thing.
Okay.
And so far, how has your experience been? You know, your journey up to right now. Overall, how do you feel about it? Or was there a lot of struggles that you had and things like that?
It's been a
or
very
achievements.
Yeah,
achievements
I
or
feel
the
like
hardships that you got all the way to what you have now and all the things that you've accomplished.
Yeah, for sure. Achievements wise,
You don't want to flaunt.
No, I'm very touched at the number of people who have come out to support me and help me through this thing, through the campaign. It's been very overwhelming, the amount of support, and the people.
No, what?
Oh, I thought you were gonna say something.
No, I'm just listening.
Okay. And it's been, like I said before, it's been a big period of growth. I would say that I'm probably more of a shy person, so I had to come out and talk to the media, talk to people. So I found, but then you know what, I did it, and I enjoy it. I love doing it. I love talking to the people, and media not so much, but definitely the people.
Yeah.
Okay, if you had one thing to say to our audience of 10 million people, all
10
over
million,
the world, what would you want to tell them?
I really want to do this job. I'm sincere about helping Markham and trying to make the community better. I want to listen to what people have to say and find solutions, sustainable solutions, to fix those issues.
Okay, Ivy, it was very nice having you on our show.
Absolutely.
Thank
Ivy
you very
Lam.
much.
Please vote for her if you believe in her. We certainly do.